and gentlemen, welcome to Bakersfield Speedway, June 28, 2014. Tommy Mason and I'm Jeffrey Best, back at the Bakersfield Speedway. First time in a long time you and I have been here at this wonderful third mile.
Absolutely, it's been a long time, like you said, Jeffrey, and it's been some contact there, you see. It's been a long time since we've personally seen the American stocks racing out here. So we were here in quotes 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Watts sideways, he gets into Childress, they're still together. Watts holds onto it down the front straightaway, maybe a little bit more contact from the 21 RRR of Roger Welch. 44 Brian Childress. We saw the 53 machine for the first time last time out with the 53 of Carson Puryear. 86, that's Mike Waters in the second position. Another car I don't think we've seen very much of.
Absolutely.
And the 84 of Settlemeyer, our current leader. I believe 18 American stocks here tonight. What a field. For the Richie McGowan Memorial.
A huge field for everybody tonight.
And look at the stands.
Packed, wall to wall.
Huge turnout. Well, we're halfway through this. Puryear making a move. This guy, we talked to him in the pits earlier, Tommy. Kind of a surprise as to where he came from in racing.
Go-kart racing.
Yeah.
Very,
and
actually, and quad racing. So, considering many other people that he's racing with right now,
yep,
he's a rookie in oval track.
Yep, well, he's going to take the second spot away as Settlemeyer continues to hold his lead. White flag is in the air for the number 84 machine, Settlemeyer. Roger Welch is going to lose his hood.
My favorite.
Check that out, Tommy.
There it goes. It's trying.
Well, out of turn number 4, it's going to be the 84 of Chris Settlemeyer. A tight one for the third spot. Going to go to Waters. Puryear getting second, Childress getting fourth, and Welch fifth. Watts in the sixth position, American stocks.
Heat race number 2 for the American stocks on track now. Tyler Irwin out front in this one, the number 72. The 17 winner of the last American stock race, Tracy Childress, in second spot. And a big battle for third between Morrison and the number 9. And making a pass to the outside, the Purple People leader, Mark Irwin. Brandon Ratcliffe in the number 3. And rounding out the field, the number 22K, Kevin Johnston. Battle for the lead up front, Jeffrey. It got pretty tight up there.
It's American stock racing.
We got battles all over this track. 3 different cars battling 2 different packs.
Morrison really fighting the handling of his number 9 machine.
We heard in the pit area, Jeffrey, this track is greasy.
Yeah.
So something to look out for until this track starts to dry up a little bit.
Irwin looking to make a move on Childress. But you're probably asking yourself, but Irwin's leading.
Tyler
it's an Irwin sandwich.
Yes, it is. Childress looking to the inside. Tracy Childress, like we had mentioned, winner of the last American stock race. Battling for second spot. Mark Irwin to her outside. And this group all pits with each other. They all pit in the same area. It's basically a battle it's a battle in the pits and a battle on track.
Contact down the front straightaway between these two.
Morrison, he's turning that thing left and it's going straight. Here comes Irwin looking to the inside on Irwin. Tyler Irwin in the lead, Mark Irwin in second, Tracy Childress in third. Lap number 6, 2 laps to go. Make it white flag at the line.
Oh no!
That's not good. That's not good. It looks to be an expired motor on that 14.
That will bring out a yellow flag, the first one of the night. Tommy, you heard a bit of popping as they were going through turns 3 and 4, and then the thing went up in smoke. What does your nose tell you?
I can't smell anything yet. It hasn't traveled up here, but the way that that car just completely shut off after the smoke looks like it's something important.
And to go. Time for a Bud Light restart. Bud Light, here we go.
Restart, lap number 7, the green and white. Flags are waving. 1 lap shootout.
Well, after a strong start for Irwin, talking about Mark Irwin, that's going to be interesting to see if he'll be able to make the main. Tyler Irwin going to take the victory. Childress, Johnson, and Morrison. Tommy, of course, a lot of these people watching are probably wondering, does Mark Irwin make it to the mains? You know one way they can find out?
You're going to have to check out Low Budget TV. DVDs for sale. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to find out.
Yeah, we do.
We're going to have to buy a DVD and find out.
We will.
And if you're interested to see what a DVD would look like, we post a recap on this channel as well.
That's true. And then they might find out the answer there. But just forget about that.
Yeah, never mind.
Because there's information in the description if you guys are interested in a DVD of all the main event action. A great night ahead of us, Tommy. I'm hearing over 100 cars in the pit area for 4 divisions. Do the math.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, the American stocks that are on track right now are the only division that doesn't have to go through a B main.
And the best part is they're practically out of full field themselves.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to get this heat race lined up, and then we'll bring it back to you. Getting ready for heat number 3 of the American Stocks. The last heat race, I believe, 18 cars on tap for the American Stocks tonight. Starting on the front with the number 15D of Dakota Brown. To his outside, the number 16 of Ryan Reed. Just kidding, it's Greg Biffle. Just kidding, it's Jack Hamilton. The number 8 is Wade Yurto as we go green. No, we don't go green. The 7A is going to give a bump draft, and that's J.R. Garcia. He has one hell of a front bumper to give that bump draft.
He does.
And then the 59 of Mike Hill Jr. and 99 of Don Mead. Now, for Tommy and I, we haven't seen an American stock race live since like opening night.
Correct.
It's been a little while. So I felt like we met like half the field today.
We sure did. Yeah. It's good to see the American stocks in person again.
Now, I just want to point this out, but the Yurtos, Wade Yurto and the number 8, this is a really slow start, by the way.
Got to change it up.
Yeah, green flag is in the air. If I had to guess for how fresh the 16 car arrived, it looks like he may have already gotten part of the wall with his front bumper. Maybe during hot laps.
Maybe, yeah.
Mead is just on a mission in that 99 machine. Already up to the 3rd position here. We haven't even completed a lap. He started in the back. He's going to go for 2nd coming out of turn 4.
Don Mead's getting a lot of racing experience.
Garcia is going to hold on to it.
He's been racing out at Willow Springs Quarter Mile Asphalt Oval in this exact same car. Don Mead is closing in on Dakota Brown. You might see a battle for the lead brewing up.
I was going to mention that Yurto, they're playing a bit of a trick on us. Wade Yurto's the driver this time. In the same number that we saw Kyle Yurto in the first race of the year. So Kyle said his car's just about getting done. Wade is driving the number 8. It's a Yurto.
Sorry my cameraing is so bad. I got sunscreen in my eyes.
That sucks.
Yeah, thank you.
16, Hamilton. I'm seeing maybe some smoke coming out of the back of that car.
Yeah.
Just behind him, the 7A of Garcia, duking it out with Hill in the 59. Hill's been working on making some moves, but not making anything happen. As far as up front goes, Brown has kept a healthy distance between him and Mead.
I took a look this time by of the 16 smoke. It looks to be only smoking when he crosses the start-finish line.
It's like when he's getting off the gas. because I'm watching him down the back straightaway as well. Well, right there, it was like a puff.
Yeah.
Well, if he got off the gas there, then there's probably more of a problem.
Dakota Brown been leading this one. Takes the white flag. He looks to win this one, Jeffrey.
Yeah, that car's looking really good. One of the slowest starts, but not one of the slowest cars. The 15D of Dakota Brown taking the win in the heat race. Garcia off the pace down the back straightaway on the last lap. He was ahead of Hill, and he's slowly putting around. Car's running, but issues for the 7A of Garcia. Maybe a little smoke coming out of that car as well.
Heat race number 1 for the Sport Mod. We're transferring the top 3. Remember that number throughout this race and the 3 other heat races after this one. Meniz off the pace. That car got all crazy. He slipped from the front to the back.
Right front flat tire for Paul Meniz in number 30. Look at the battle for third.
That is the transfer spot. Piker out front in this one in the 28P. Battle for second, but a big group around it. Everybody's battling for second. Brenda Kirby in the 5K in the second spot. Wayne Dotson in the 74 in third. He is in third in the A main event. Schweitzer in fourth is looking to get his way in this A main. He's on the outside looking in. And around goes Bruce Johnson, collecting Tyler Johnson.
That did something weird to Tyler Johnson's car.
Yeah, it did.
It's almost like it popped it out of gear.
Big battle over here. Tore off the right side of that 24. Look at that.
Wow. You know what? And we can expect this for every heat race.
Every heat race.
There's going to be that insane battle. Tommy, we almost didn't know John Piker was even in this heat simply because he was so far ahead of everybody.
He got the clean start and ran away with it. Wayne Dotson in third. Remember that. Rickenback in the number C9 machine, and everybody else we've mentioned before. So, a developing story with that 24.
Here's another developing story. What are they planting in the infield?
That's agriculture. Don't worry. It's a special.
Well, just like a hint, because
you don't put water on that agriculture.
No, you do not. Well, unless it gets too exciting.
Very true. We have a fireworks show here tonight out here at Bakersfield Speedway. Our Independence Day fireworks show in conjunction with the title of the night, the Richie McGowan Memorial out here. So it's going to be a big night with a huge crowd out here, and they're pushing, as you see, Tyler Johnson's car off the track. We'll find out what happens. It's one to go, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Piker had the fast one so far. I mean, he's kind of been a little lucky because everybody behind him has been in a humongous battle.
Yeah, Tommy, I've missed this race. I missed this race last year. You were out here for it. It's really amazing. I mean,
I don't know how they've packed this many people in the place.
No. I mean, look at this. Look at all the people.
Absolutely fantastic for Bakersfield Speedway. And folks, they're not here just to see the fireworks. They're here to see the action that you can see every Saturday night, March through October in Bakersfield. Green flag is out. We go racing. Jared Schweitzer in the 2S machine. On the outside looking in, making contact, more contact.
Look at the left front of his car. Completely broke it.
Look at that. He's dragging that whole entire left front assembly.
I don't think that's going to work out.
Now, I'll be curious to see if that broke for that wreck over in turn 3 and 4. What caused that car to spin out?
89 who was white.
Though I would feel pretty good that the contact is what broke it.
I would think so. We'll be back. Here we go, restart, lap number 5. Battle for the transfer spot already, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Rickenback dive to the inside on Dotson. That's going to give Rickenback the spot unless Dotson can hold him on the outside. Kirby
Oh,
now in
boy.
the middle of that mix.
3 wide, they're trying. It is a 3 wide battle for second, but a huge battle for the transfer spot. Any one of these people can get stuck on the outside looking in this battle. White flag is out. Dotson and Kirby make contact. Rickenback is driving it hard.
Only 2 of these 3 competitors will make it through.
John Piker's walking away from this one. He's going to take the checkered flag. Who's going to be in the A main? It'll be Kirby at the line. Rickenback gave it hell. That was awesome.
Hey, we just have, what, 4 more of those?
Yep, 3.
All right, so I forgot how to count.
Heat race number 2 for the B mods. Sport mods on track. 3 wide. At the start, Baker getting a piece of the wall in that 11 machine. See a battle for the lead. Sylvester and Childress. Nixon. Oh, Paddock. I believe he might have caught the wall on the back straightaway and then completely broke and turned into the turn number 3 wall.
KUZZ cold air balloon over there in turn number 3.
So Tim Paddock up against the wall. Nick Sylvester leading away. The 16, Rick Childress Jr., the 9J, Jordan Hager, the 22C, Michael Johnson, Eric Manning in the 14 machine, Cruz Griffith in the 51, and Brian Baker, who has put white walls on his white car.
Definitely going to earn the
Well, Nick Sylvester out front in this one, the 38. Battle for 4th. Top 3 transfer. Jordan Hager is 3rd. He's also on the bubble. Here comes Michael Johnson in the 22C machine. We have a battle for the transfer spot with Manning spinning out in the back. Manning gets it going. Battle for the transfer spot. Johnson gets in. Jordan looking to the inside. Michael Johnson used to be an IMCA modified regular, now it's stepping down, or possibly stepping up, however you want to look at it, into the B mod, the sport mod division, which is a rapidly growing modified division out here at the Bakersfield.
How about the wrap on the 11B machine?
Look at that. Looks beautiful.
It's because it is.
Yellow is out. With 2 laps to go in this heat race, Eric Manning spins out in turn 1 and 2.
Green flag coming out. Both restarts have been kind of peculiar looking, almost like Sylvester's leading them around slowly up until we get halfway down the back straightaway. Speeds up and then slows down again. Because it threw me off twice. We almost missed a restart because of it. So thanks, Nick. Joking, of course. He's leading this one, as well as number 16 machine, 22 Steve Johnson. Those are your 3 that are going to be transferring. Best run that we've seen for that 16 machine, Tommy. Usually bad luck coming at it.
And there it is, checkered flag. Sylvester taking it. Childress in 2nd.
Yep.
Michael Johnson in 3rd. Jordan Hager, Cruz Griffith, and Brian Baker all having to work their way through to make it into the A.
And Eric Manning.
Correct.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready for another Sport Mod Heat Race. Now again, the top 3 from this race will transfer, starting on the front row of the 3AC of Levi Kiefer, who last time we were out here, we saw pick up his first victory at Bakersfield Speedway. We've been working towards it. Tina McGowan on the outside front row, then the number 2, Daryl Hood. Those are the 3 in, everyone else chasing them down. 83, that's Jason Nation. The 84 of Kyle Griffith. 09, Brylan Holder. 223 of Lee Jensen. And rounding out the field, Wayne Kelso, the number 6 machine, who has a very exciting wheel cover on his right rear. It's a winky face. Check that out. Well, so far this has been the calmest start to in the Sport Mod. To say that though, it's just starting to heat up. Nation and Griffith duking it out, trying to chase down Hood. Hood doesn't have a good exit. That's going to allow Griffith to the inside. Nation in the middle, just in it. Hood's going to go around. A simple spin, but a spin that puts him out of the A main event. Watching for the yellow. The yellow's not going to come out. Hood is going to go down a lap halfway through this 3rd heat race for the Sport Mods. Looks like he may have more than just that issue. Well, despite all the shakeup, we still have a battle for the transfer spot now between Griffith and Lee Jensen. The 223 of Jensen is out. The 84 Griffith is in. If there's any question about how intense these Sport Mod races are, as the caution does come out for Kelso, man, I tell you what, racing at Bakersfield Speedway, everywhere else you have racing, here at the Bakersfield Speedway you have a war. And we have them in heat races. I mean, these are intense, just trying to get in the A main event. Of course, those who don't transfer will be in the B mains, but it is to be noted that those B mains won't be here, they will be on the DVDs. If you want to see those heat, or the B mains as well as the A main events, you can catch those on the DVDs with the information below. You can order a DVD. $20 has all the main event action, including B main events. Now, everything that's exciting. Everything that we film here either goes on a DVD or goes on YouTube. If it doesn't fit on a DVD, it goes onto YouTube, courtesy of Low Budget TV, because we love you. And we love racing, so we like to share racing, because we love it. And we want you to too. 2. 3 of Lee Jensen. 2 laps to go in this heat race. You can bet that Lee Jensen's going to do everything he can to try to make it in the main event, but don't count out Nation and Holder in the back as well. So Jensen not having the best of restarts. That's going to allow Griffith to open up a couple car lengths. White flag for Kiefer. That 3AC machine must have the best average finish for every race before a main event. Now granted, he did get that win, but he's had a lot of bad luck in A main events. Broke that bad luck streak last time we saw him out here, and he's going to claim victory in this heat race early on. It's going to be Tina McGowan and Griffith. Moving on to the A main event. Jensen, Nation, Holder, and Hood still have some work to do. All right. One more for the Sport Modifieds. 31 of these cars here. Only 22 going to make the A main event, if my math is correct. 174, Ethan Dotson. 55, Matt Lewis. Green flag is in the air. Who are the 3 transfers going to be in this one? 89M of Michael Black as Lewis spins it out, and a hard hit with Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson, we sometimes discuss how some drivers just cannot catch a break in certain situations, like the 3AC of Levi Kiefer, who had so much trouble just capturing that victory in the main events, but had all the luck up to it. Well, this 11 machine of Chad Johnson's just about the opposite. He has had every form of problem happen in the heat races that you can imagine. Chad Johnson, another hard hit in the heat races. Matt Lewis, the 55 machine, spun out after starting up front. Noticing Michael Black may have gotten involved also. Just to quickly finish up the starting lineup as they are throwing the full restart flag. That is the 174 of Ethan Dotson, the 5A of Austin Fry, the 23M of Marvin Lease the Beast, and the 75B of Brendan Fry. And a couple cars torn up here. Still 5 cars to duke it out for the transfer spot. Take 2 for this heat race. Green flag in the air. And Ethan Dotson leads us into turn number 1. And things are getting interesting early because the yellow flag is out. They did not like that start. Maybe because there wasn't a spin. And they're like, where was the spin? We paid you guys for 2 spins. You only gave us 1. Man, it has been a hot day here at Bakersfield Speedway for all those wondering. We are now getting into the July months, just about there. And at the Bakersfield Speedway here in Bakersfield, it is a little bit cooler than down at KCRP where we filmed a couple times last year. But man, I tell you what, it is a hot time in Bakersfield when you get into these months. Very important to keep hydrated for these drivers. They do a couple races a night. Not necessarily endurance-style races, but still, fatigue could play into a factor with how much work and willing these guys have to do. Last thing you want to be worrying about is your condition. Lee spinning it out. Single car spin, no one else getting involved. Ethan Dotson pulling away from the pack. Austin Fry sitting in second with the 89M of Michael Black. And there's a hit and a wheel cover running for his life. And run! All right, you're safe there. Looking at the damage, man, it's not that bad, but I gotta say, Brendan Fry in that 75B machine, he had a commit line going into the turn. Looked like Michael Black got a little bit crossed up into turn number 1, and the two just really ended up at the same spot. Nothing either driver really could do from that point. Just a racing deal. Heavy contact. Looks like Fry has a flat right front tire. He is in the transfer spot position, but he's going to have to pull off to get that fixed. And that's going to leave 3 cars on the field. Marvin Least, it might have paid off for him to spin out there because that kept him out of the line of danger. So we're only on lap 2. We had started with 7 cars. We're on lap 2 right now. So this heat race might not finish with any. We might just, call it at halfway. I don't know. It's been an interesting one. Bakersfield Speedway, when isn't it interesting out here? That's all I got to ask. This dirt track always producing a lot of action. This sport mod's always producing a ton of fun. So there's a reason there's a lot of people out here. Hobby Stocks have a 32-lap main event, 3,200 purse, and it's bound to be an exciting one. Richie McGowan Memorial, fireworks tonight. It's just a lot of excitement ahead. And we're only just now getting started. A lot of us, I'm sure, are looking forward to when that sun goes down, though it is a bit of a breeze. Weather-wise, not that bad at this point. Kind of nice. But it is draining. So everyone watching, I hope you're keeping hydrated. For these 3 drivers, I would imagine that it's just about getting to the finish. Yes, there's the glory of winning the heat race, but not quite worth wrecking your car at this point. We've already seen how that's left a couple cars, unfortunately, in the pit area. So out of turn number 4, Ethan Dotson in his 174 machine, going to take the victory with Fry and Least. Only 3 finishers will make the A main event. All right, folks, getting ready now for the first of plenty H&S Body Works hobby stock races. 32 cars, 32 lap main event, 3,200 to win. There's just a lot of 32s all over the place. And this, a lot of interesting scenarios and stories. Again, this will stick with 3 cars transfer. Everyone else goes through the B main event, starting on the front row. Cody Fireballs Chambers. Then to his outside, the 16X of Danny Quinn, the 87 of Kenny Christensen, the 78 of Ralph Cook, the 12 of Brad Pounds, the Dominator. Oh boy. Then we have the 2Z of Irwin and the 55 of Carl Nolan Jr. Green flag in the air. And everyone's gonna try and win it on the first lap. But we're hobby stock racing, why wouldn't you? Chambers, the Fireball off to an early lead. Top 3 will transfer. Quinn and Irwin duking it out for the 3rd spot right now. This is just a preview for what's to come in the main events. If you don't have your mouth watering for that main event at this point, then I don't know what to say. Christensen looking for the lead on Chambers. Irwin closing in from behind. Quinn hanging right in that battle. Maybe a bit of bumper tag into turn number 3. Nolan. That is a flat right rear tire on the 55 machine. Carl Nolan Jr. likely at this point looking at that B main event. Yellow flag is out. I believe, if I have to guess, the call was debris. Actually, I'm a horrible guesser. But the caution is out, lap 3, 5 laps to go. Christensen, our leader. And the green flag gonna come back out, lap number 3, and Irwin pushing Christensen into turn number 1. Here comes Brad Pounds for that transfer spot. And Irwin for the lead. Irwin's fighting, holding it low, a little bit of contact for 3rd. Brad Pounds gonna take over that 3rd spot. What a trip it is to see Pounds in the hobby stock.
Absolutely. It's gonna be an exciting race to watch him. See if he can win one of these. He probably has once before.
Well, look at this. He's back under fire from Fireball. Hey, how about that? Chambers trying to make a move to get back around the number 12 machine. 2 laps to go at the line. Christensen continues the lead. Irwin still trying to find a way around. And it has not happened yet. "32 hobby stocks." White flag is in the air for Christensen. Irwin and Pounds, your top 3, all 3 looking decent right now, unless something were to happen. Irwin right on the bumper. He may dive for the lead. He's going for it. He's looking at the inside of Christensen, but not going to have the bite off. Christensen going to hold him off for the win. Irwin and Pounds. That leaves Chambers, Quinn, and Cook for the B main. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go for the second heat race. Tina McGowan.
There you go. You hiccuped and
Tina
broke the camera.
McGowan. In the 32 machine, starting us on the pole, the 2X of Jimmy the Shoe Irwin. And second, 21 is Kyle Wood. The T73 of Richard Green with no Krylon.
It looks, he actually shined up his car for us.
No Krylon made me cry. Oh, and maybe a little contact. Yeah, no, that car, it's all vinyled up.
It's pretty, very pretty T73 machine.
The 91, Marcus Wankum. Oh, Wood holding on to it. 77, Mike Boley. The number 123 machine of Hager. And he's getting together with the 8 of Jeremy Mosley.
It's a slick track here, Jeffrey, it looks like.
Well, you mentioned this earlier. Oh, Green's going to go around. That's going to collect Wood and Wonkum. Wonkum takes it out on the tire. Wood takes it out on the apron.
These cars are all over the place, but not up here in front. McGowan in tow behind that 2X. Good at the track and good at home. The shoe, Jimmy Irwin.
Oh, Kyle Wood spins it out in front of Hager. Hager's going to get by as well as Mosley. Woo! I was going to say, it looked like Kyle Wood's driving angry. But would that be a safe assessment?
I think so.
A little bit of damage on his right rear. Want to keep an eye on that right rear tire. So it's Irwin, McGowan, Boley, your top three. Oh, Wonkum into the wall. Not hard, but the car just didn't want to turn through the center of the corner.
He did some mud scraping off the wall. Here's your top three with Boley in the 77 in third, like Jeffrey said.
I think everyone's driving angry.
Richard Green in fourth.
Yeah, good early run for the 73.
Now we're transferring the top three, correct?
Yes, we are. Now, you asked a question about the draw and redraw.
Correct. Oh, here goes Wonkum again.
Oh! Out of turn number 4, Jimmy the Shoe Irwin makes it through the angriest heat race I've ever seen.
This is the wildest heat race so far. Well, no, so far that I've seen, the Sport Mods had a caution-filled one.
Yeah, I was going to say the Sport Mods they had 3 cars in a 7-car heat race by lap 2. Tommy, let's talk a little bit about the draw-redraw, because I wasn't even aware of this until you asked about it earlier.
The draw-redraw format, they do it very seldom throughout the season, mostly for the big events, including this one. So, you race in your heat races. If you make it into the A main from your heat races, the top 6 rows, 1st through 12th, redraw after the hot lap or the heat races. So you draw in the pits for where you're going to do your heat race selection, what heat race you're going to be and everybody who's around you. After you've made it into the A main from the heat races, you redraw the top 6 rows, which means if you have theoretically qualified spot number 1 from the heat races and you draw a 12, well, have fun in row number 6 and vice versa.
And you know what the craziest thing is? They draw all sorts of things. Like they draw pictures of beautiful mountains.
Yep.
They draw pictures of little ponies. I mean, what don't they draw? Am I right?
You're right.
It's an art contest is what you're telling me. And then they have to do it again. And they only have like 4 crayons.
And these are hobby stock drivers.
You know, that's 12 drivers fighting over 3 crayons.
Unbelievable.
Maybe 4.
Shall we start off the third heat race?
No.
Okay, fine.
That pissed me off.
Third heat race, correct, Jeffrey?
Yes, now I'm ready. I cooled down a little bit.
Good. I'll do the talking in this one. You can help if you'd like.
Thank you.
All right, let's go through the starting line. Calm down, Jeffrey. One to go. John Bedingfield in the 7K. He'll start on the pole. And Matt Wonkum on the outside, number 56, inside row 2, the number 70, I should say. I don't know why D's came in there. That is driven by John McKinley. To his outside, 81, Jake Jones. Inside row number 3, Kevin Collier in the number 18, the 28. That is driven by, it's been a while, I have to think. Hang on, let me remember. Jesse Bowles, I can't believe I forgot that one. And the 6X rounding out the field, that is Robert Lawler. Are you okay to talk?
I'm there.
Okay. Jeffrey, third heat race for the Hobby Stocks. It's been interesting. Top 3 transfer, we go green.
McKinley to the inside, but contact.
That could have been a lot uglier than it was.
They keep it going.
prestige. Wow. That's 2 in a row now that they've saved a big wreck from happening. Some damage came from it, but clearly not as much as it could have been.
These 3 drivers up front have no idea.
Jesse Bowles looped it in turns 3 and 4.
Oh, some contact between Lawler and Collier. Hobby stocks.
That's right. Collier has issues.
I agree with Steve Hughes. They should start them all.
Let's see. He definitely has a right. He's got
broken.
Yeah, something in the suspension. Let's see. He makes it off the track, but where's it going to go from here? Kevin Collier gonna have to work his way through the B main here tonight. Here we go for the restart, lap number 3 of 8. Top 3 transfer, Jake Jones on the bubble in 3rd. We go green.
I have to admit that Collier was kind of the bullet I thought people were going to have to avoid.
Around goes Lawler in the middle of these 2, correct? Go ahead.
And yeah, he's out with something broken in the right front.
2 spins in 2 different sides of the track. That took Jake Jones out of the A main.
Bedingfield back inside. And Jesse Bowles, I think, knows it. Because that 28 machine is running down the 7K for the transfer spot.
Either Bedingfield has some issues, or he completely overdrove the corner, going into turn number 3.
Overdrive.
And Bowles gonna spin it out. He was so close to that battle. I'm curious.
He's just going the wrong way.
Frustration, these drivers are trying to get a handle on this track. This track went from very greasy, very heavy conditions to now drying out in certain areas of this track. So a lot of these drivers are finding the slick spots.
What's crazy, Tom, is in this race, a lot of drivers are taking themselves out of it.
Very true.
It's been a lot of self-spins that have caused a lot of these issues.
White flag is out, so Bedingfield has to just ride smooth from here on out. Out of turn number 4, the 56, Wonkum will take the checkered flag. McKinley 2nd and 3rd. And your transfer driver, John Bedingfield in the 7K.
You know, when I used to get mad when I would race on the computer,
Yeah.
and if I did really bad, coming out of turn 4, I'd just let it go straight into the wall. I wonder if these drivers have ever considered doing that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, they just like, you know, I saw Jimmy Irwin do it last year.
Yep. You're
So maybe I'll do it this year. And then they remember they have to pay and fix it. Because you can't just restart.
Very true.
Looking like this may be the last. No.
No, it might be.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is the last heat race for the hobby stocks. That is the 87 machine of Lloyd Wren Jr. leading us away with Tim Delsid on his outside, also a junior. The 21 of Key, the 33, no guys, the caution's out. Okay. The 33 of Robert Swearingen, the 50F, that is Fife, the 37 of Aaron Stewart, the 26 of Stephen Johnson, and the 12H of Brent Hosfeld. Key is still green flag racing.
Gonna try to make up what he can. There's no pace car.
Yeah?
He can't get in trouble.
He's
for
probably right now like, man, I'm going to lap the field on lap 2.
Or he thinks that everybody's trying to block him.
This is like, speaking of computer games, when that first car up in the pack screws up, and everyone's programmed to not pass him. And there's what the hell's that?
It's a jelly skyfish. Where is it?
A jelly skyfish.
I can't even see. There it is. See?
It did look like a jellyfish. I'll give you that. I think one of the birds farted.
Or someone's bird hunting.
Ah, bird hunt. Getting ready, looking for it. A bit of bumper banging on the beginning of that one. Oh, more hit, and Swearingen going to get spun out. Hosfeld caught up.
That's not going to make Swearingen happy.
No, I don't know what that was. it was almost like Delson was stopped going into turn 1. But it's going to make an interesting scenario, Tommy. Steven Johnson, that really held him up. He has a lot of work to do if he's going to make it into the top 3 transfer spots. Battle for the lead.
Aaron Stewart on the bubble in 3rd. Delson's going to spin it out. Fife and Johnson get by.
And Swearingen also spun it out over in turns 3 and 4. And that is caution lap 2.
He might be waiting for something.
He might be.
A lot of it said, of course. And I think hands down that LRE motor package that these guys have ran.
Green flag. 6 laps to go for hobby stock heat races. Lloyd Wren Jr., Mark Key, and Aaron Stewart. From then on, it is a dogfight for the transfer spot. Although Stewart does have a bit of a cushion right now.
Interesting battle in the back.
The black flag did come out for Brent Hosfeld during that last caution period. He's going to have to go through the B main. Not quite sure what they saw. It wasn't a mechanical black, so I'm not entirely sure what the black flag was for.
They just wanted to make it interesting.
So they black flagged the guy in second to last. He didn't even have a chance.
Battle for the lead brewing up. Key closing in on Wren Jr.
Yeah, Key has been very competitive as he spins out. Well, this is going to get interesting because these drivers behind Key saw that and said, I can catch him. 3 laps to go. Key holds the transfer spot. It's Johnson, Delson, Fife, and Swearingen all under a blanket battling it out. And contact almost happens between Fife and Delson.
Mark Key might have just made the luckiest slide, out of control slide of the night. He was in the middle of that spin, and I was convinced that he just lost the A main. But he's in 3rd, and the white flag is out.
Well, it's been no problem for Lloyd Wren Jr. and Aaron Stewart in this race. They're in 1 and 2. Mark Key going to follow them through. He just has to make it out of turn 4. Non-excitingly, checkered flag is out for Wren. Steven Johnson will be going through the B main if he's going to make it to the A. Delson, Swearingen, and Fife also in that list.
You know what I think won Lloyd Wren Jr. that hobby stock heat race?
What?
We saw him beating up his car in the pits.
We did. He was telling us that that's strategy.
You got to beat it up, tough love, and it'll treat you right in the main. Here we go, green. The first heat race for the IMCA Modified. I don't think anybody heard me when they went by.
What?
Out to an early lead, the 5B. That'd be Brett Bennett inside of, we'll now make it 3-wide battle for second between Steve Bowles, Joey Yantis, and the number 4. And in the back, we had a spinner. Joey Yantis in the 4 makes it up into the second spot. Bowles in the 14B in 4th, and Brad Pounds in the 15B moves into 3rd.
Oh! Whoa!
And a stack up over in turn number 2. Your leader at the time, Bennett, got sideways and collected. Oh, more contact over in turn 3 and 4.
What happened there? We just wrecked everyone but Yantis.
Okay, so let's recap.
Wait. Look at this, Tommy.
Brad Pounds has a flat right front. Who knows what other suspension damage could have happened. Okay, over here, Bowles got collected in that wreck. He tried to make a left turn at a very slow speed. He was cruising, and Hamilton wasn't expecting that 14B to keep washing up, and so he just climbed his tire a little bit. And Eric Hamilton did kiss the wall.
Looks like Hamilton made it through okay.
No, he barely tapped the wall, if any. Bulls, though, limped up to the wall with a major right front damage. You're right, Jeffrey. This is this heat race for the first heat race for the mods. Took out quite a bit of good cars. Also, big time damage for that 14B of Bulls. He's got some work to do.
Tommy, I think the tow truck's blowing up.
They get Bennett going again. He had to push start. And Bennett's got a flat left front. These tow trucks out here. And this one's blown up too. Rounding out the field, by the way, the 44. That is driven by... I'm looking at the hobby stocks. That is driven by Justin Dyke.
I don't know, Tommy. That's blue smoke out of the tailpipe. Hopefully they'll be able to get it together for the main event, you know?
3 cars transfer. And we only have 3 cars left. Here we go for the restart, lap number 3.
You see Brad Pound's back on track, but that right front is making noise.
He makes it to the inside. I still wouldn't be surprised if he wins this one. He looks to the inside of Dave's. Battle for third.
That's the transfer spot.
That is. So Joey Ant is out front in this one. Leads over Eric Hamilton.
Don't forget Hamilton had the issue with Bulls. Obviously not a lot of contact, but still an incident. Shake you up a bit, but continues on here in the second spot with just 2 laps to go. White flag is in the air. Orient, Hamilton, Pound right now at the 3rd spot. We're doing a count of everything. Seeing how many cars we officially have here.
I believe we have 20 on paper. Out of turn number 4, Joey Antis takes the checkered flag.
For the first, getting ready for the first heat race of the IMCA Modifieds. Green flag is out. Ryan Clark in the 51B leads us into turn number 1 with Jeff Streeter on his outside. The 9XXX of Chet Reeves to his inside. J Marks in the 97, the 00 Kyle Heckman. We have the number 2 machine of Larry Hood. And still 3 wide down the front straightaway. Rounding out, trouble!
Good.
Rounding out the field, the 04 of Joe Altig. Reeves continues on. A bit of an odd incident, Tommy, earlier for J Marks during hot laps.
Absolutely.
Altig is off the pace. This could bring out a yellow. It will. Which is good because, like I mentioned, J Marks, not good for Altig, of course, but J Marks talking about the hood incident. He said like a hood pin came out and that thing just ripped up.
It completely folded it backwards. Blocked his vision and everything in the corner, the right front corner.
We all know that J Marks always tries to push the aerodynamic package of the IMCA Modifieds, and he always is right there on that thin line of the rules package. You agree?
Don't bother me.
Here's an interesting story for everybody, and one that Tommy and I here at Low Budget TV found out today. The 1J, Jeff Streeter. You want to know an interesting factoid about that guy?
I would love to.
Look him up. He's on Wikipedia because that man has been in Nationwide Series, or of course back then the Busch Series, in a very incredibly low budget car back in the day. But once qualified, we heard 17th. So
at a race he didn't even think he was going to even make the show.
Yep, so Streeter has some NASCAR experience that goes all the way up to the Busch Series. So that was an exciting fact. We also found out did some ARCA, some, at the time, Winston West. ASA, so very exciting stuff. Jeff Streeter has a bit of a history about him that we never knew. Also got to meet his father, Steve Streeter, have a good conversation there. You know, this is what's fun about being able to walk through the pits. You never know until you really get to know the drivers, what kind of backstories they have, where they came from, what got them to where they are today. We're still trying to talk Jeff Streeter into getting a truck for the Eldora race.
I think he would do very well there.
We planted the seed. That's the first start. 2 laps to go. J. Marks leading away. Hood and Clark. From our numbers, it doesn't look like this division will be having a B main, which means everyone would transfer. But our announcing is proven until proven otherwise. Or truth till, I don't know. Out of turn number 4, J. Mark's gonna take the victory with the Sea Gypsy.
Here we go, heat race number 3 for the IMCA Modifieds. BJ Dyke in the number 33 leads them away. 18, Cody Barnett. BJ, driven by Justin Schweitzer. He's looking to the inside for second spot under Barnett. He will make the pass. Here comes Roger Holder, the number 24. Scott Gatson in the 29X, and rounding at the field, the 1X, Steve Streeter.
He taught us everything we needed to know about ARCA today.
That's true.
Battle for PJ in this early lead.
Yeah, battle for third as well. PJ Dyke out front in that gold wheel special.
Here's a fun fact. He has the most expensive wheels at the track. 24 karat.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's amazing why he would race it on dirt. But the real reason is because after he races this car, battle for the lead on dirt, Barnett gets by PJ. After he's done racing on dirt or Holder around, I'm never going to get this joke out. After PJ Dyke races on dirt, a prospector comes out on Monday.
I laugh.
Thank you.
Holder not fully up to speed as the field goes by.
That was a horrible joke that I had to get out of my system. Barnett leading away. In that 18 machine.
Hearing a lot of complaints from on the drivers' radios. They keep thinking the checkered flag is out.
And yeah.
You can see why.
We have found what they're complaining about.
Yeah, our investigative reporters are on it here at Low Budget TV. Look at this move by Schweitzer.
Battle for second. And Schweitzer muscles away to the inside, but out of turn number 4, Cody Barnett, checkered flag. In that 18 machine. Schweitzer second, Dyke third, Holder, Gatson, and Reeder.